Welcome everybody to this brief webinar on the GBN Reciprocal Program. Appreciate everybody taking their time to be with us here today. I know your time is valuable. We'll try to keep this to about 10 or 15 minutes. We are in what we call question and answer mode. You're probably muted, but you can unmute yourself and ask questions as we go through this, and I would invite you to do that. For those of you that don't know me or haven't had a chance to talk yet, I'm Patrick Seether. And again, appreciate everybody being here. So, what we're looking at right here is the reciprocal program map that's on the GBN website, and we're going to go through sort of the process here for the program and the benefits for you and the club and the members. So, the topics we're going to go through here, go by some quick facts of the program. How does it work? What are the benefits to the club and membership? What are the benefits to the GBN member? And then how do you register your club if you're not already registered? So some quick facts here. We have 127 clubs participating in the program in over 40 states. We have 5 in Canada, 1 in Bermuda. And the program has really grown this year. Since May, we've added approximately 50 clubs. The average guest fee at those clubs is $150, and really is a vehicle for generating revenue. So you look at the average spend of a group that might be coming to one of the clubs, and you add in the food and beverage and all that. So that depending on the club and their fees, that certainly can be a good return on investment for the GBN member. And then just wanted to note, there's no commitment for participating clubs. So, to put your club on the program, there's no, you don't have to accept any groups. You can always, deny the request. But certainly, that's left in your hands to see if that works for you when you get the request. So just wanted to say that there's no commitment. So signing up for the program really doesn't mean that you need to do anything. So how it works is that when you log into the GBN website, we have a couple different ways to access the program. On the main dashboard there, you'll see there's 2 ways: on the left-hand navigation or in the center of the screen to access the interactive map. And when you get there, you'll see that there's some things you can do. You can request the reciprocal play. We have a request form, which we'll go over here shortly. You can add your club to the program from here. And then, really what this is designed to do is that when you get a request from your member to say they're, traveling to the Chicago area and they would like to, play golf one day while they're out there, instead of, my experience is always, get the request from the member, and then, who do I know in Chicago? Let me make some phone calls, send some emails. What's your unaccompanied rate? What do you allow unaccompanied guests? So a lot of time spent, making those requests or your assistants doing that. So, this can really save a lot of time by just zooming into the area that you want to look at. What we're seeing here is the Chicago area, where we have about 8 or 9 clubs on the program. And then you can just click on to one of those green dots, and it'll tell you all the information about the club. For example, here we have Butterfield Country Club. So there's the website of the club, the golf professional's name, address, what the rates are, and that can help you pare down which club you're looking for very easily. And then once you decide that, hey, this is one that I want to make a request to, on the left-hand navigation, you can go to reciprocal request form, or right there in that at the top, it says reciprocal request form. You can just click on that, and that will take you to this form where you then select the club, the date that you're requesting play, what the tee time, how many players, and then you can put a little note in here. I've put an example that, I'm just saying, Alex, thanks for the consideration. And then you click submit, and what that'll do is it'll send Alex Mendez at Butterfield a request, an email that says GBN reciprocal request from whoever it's coming from, and then all this information is in the email. So it's a trusted source, and as you make those phone calls or you send those emails to somebody that in that area that you may not know, that might affect whether they might allow your unaccompanied group. So I think there's a lot of benefits within our private network of it's kind of cutting through some of those layers, I guess. So that's the request form, and that was just added in this past year. So that's I know that's been used quite a few times. So what are the benefits to the club and the membership? And for anybody that's just joined us here, we're in question and answer mode. So if you have any questions as we go through this, you can just unmute yourself, or you can type the question in as well. I'm happy to take any of those questions. So there's obviously opportunity for incremental revenue. You can imagine if you were to get one unaccompanied group throughout the year through a GBN request, and depending on your rates, that could be well more than what your GBN membership costs you. So you can go to your club. There's a value proposition to your club for your club to reimburse you for the GBN fees. So there's that opportunity for revenue. There's also exposure to potential members. Obviously, we all know that everybody wants to have their club at a good level with members. So a lot of times that can lead to potential members. The membership benefits, the direct benefit to the members of your club, are that they would have access to clubs on the program when they're traveling that maybe they don't necessarily have access to otherwise. So there's a benefit there. And then obviously that just being an additional value to being a member at your club. So that's what I see as some of the benefits. That there's probably more that we can come up with, but those are some highlights there. So what are the benefits to the GBN member? This is where that communication of the request form can save you time. Time that you don't need to be spending making phone calls, and or your staff doesn't need to be spending, that you can just send these request forms very easily. Again, it's a trusted source. On the other end, they know who it's coming from, that it's a GBN member. So hopefully that would streamline that. Obviously, the opportunity to showcase your club and the service you offer at your club. You have a group coming from another GBN member's club. It's a good opportunity for you to have them go back and say how well they were treated. So I think there's always that we're trying to do the best we can for our members and guests and provide great service. So for them to go back and talk about what you had done at your club, I think would be a good thing. And exposure to other GBN members through the interactive map, just by going to that map, seeing who's on the reciprocal program, and then what club they're at. I think there's that exposure as well. So how do you register your club? It's a pretty simple process. We have a couple areas. They're continually in emails that I send out. Then also here on the website, you can just click there to register your club. And what that does, it takes you to a request form that can be easily filled out. And then at that point, your club is on the reciprocal program. So a pretty straightforward process to sign your club up, pretty straightforward process to make the request to the other clubs. And of course, you can always pick up the phone and call those GBN members, but we have that request form to try to make that easy and just a process that can be streamlined there. Let's see, we got a question here from Mike. Is there a list of all the clubs in the program? Yes, there is. If you go to, there's a couple different spots that this is at. On this page, the reciprocal map underneath this, if you were to scroll down, this is just a screenshot, but if you were to scroll down from here, you can click on for the clubs by state or the clubs by just alphabetical order. So that's where you can do that. I think the only thing there, Mike, is that what I would just stress to your members that they need to sort of go through you. What I think when you click on those documents, it's going to show who the golf professional is, and it might have their email and their phone number. Obviously, I would want to let me send you something to put up on your website that would just have the list of the club itself. That way, they wouldn't necessarily make a request directly to that club. That's the only thing I think, and I'm sure you all can understand that. But yes, you do have that, and it's a PDF, so you could just save it and then put in a link onto your club. So I think it's a good idea. So again, the benefits we've gone through there. And if anybody have any questions on that, it's a pretty straightforward process to register. If you're on the program, hopefully this makes it easy for everybody that's trying to utilize the reciprocal program. And again, this map is interactive, so you would just go to that page and zoom in, and you can see which clubs they are. So as you can see, they're spread out across the country, and kind of concentrated more Midwest and Northeast. But I'm hoping to add more to the West Coast as well. So again, it's been growing, and I think it's something that people are seeing value in. Anybody else have any questions that I can answer for them on the reciprocal program? Or Mike, did I answer your question there to your satisfaction? Good. Okay. Well, if nobody else has any questions, I appreciate your time. Again, I just wanted to keep this brief, and if you can always reach out to me at any time with any other questions. But appreciate your time here, and look forward to talking to everybody in the near future. Thank you.